back to my channel, you all. Today I am going to be talking to you guys about my 90-day weight loss journey, and not necessarily how I lost it, but I'm going to be talking to you guys about what I learned on my journey. For those who don't know, I am Miriam. I am 26 years old. I think ever since COVID hit, I think I had been struggling with weight loss. Well, I just have been struggling with my weight, period. I never had issues with my weight until that time came between, that disease that went around, and then on top of that with depression and everything and stuff like that, I had gained a little. I think I gained about 110 or 115 pounds. So I basically kind of went from 160, I went from like being like 160, 150s to being like 240, 250, which was very traumatic. But when I moved to Tanzania 2 years ago, I was able to go from 240, 245, all the way down to 194. So I was able to lose a good amount of the weight. But I just was not really happy because I still felt like I was big. I had never been 194 ever in my life, but I had kind of been teetering between my 200s and my 180s for about the past, I guess you can say the past 4 or 3 years, maybe even 4 to 5 years. So that's what I was really struggling with and going through at the time. But it was around April 18th that I decided to take an active role in losing weight and getting my college body back. Because I do remember in college, I think sophomore, junior year, I felt my sexiest. I felt the best about myself, emotionally, mentally, and physically for sure. I just felt really confident. I felt like I was coming to my own. So I didn't want to use people as a motivation. I wanted to use myself as a motivation because it's always best to look at yourself, because then realistically where you will be. It's not really good to compare. So that's why I decided to use my own picture. So I went from 194 all the way down to 160, I think 167. So I lost about 27.5 pounds and 20.5 inches of fat on my whole body. I think it was 167. I'm not exactly sure. I can't remember. But I lost a good amount of weight from that whole entire journey. And I just wanted to share with you guys what I have learned on the journey, and just, I guess, maybe give tips for those who are also starting their journey. Because it was my first time really being proactive. I mean, like, I had kind of gotten away in life, just kind of coasting and doing some things to keep my weight regulated. But I never had to do like a program where I had to focus on what I was eating and having to work out. Like, being 26, I feel like it was the first time in my life I actually had to work to lose weight. But like, up until I was like 22, I guess I would say, I never had to really worry about my weight. I just was naturally slim thick, and I was very proud about that. So when I gained all that weight, it was really traumatizing, really. But I am now here at 167. I got my college body back. And one thing that I have definitely learned is that when you don't want to do something, that's when you should do it. There were many times during this journey where I just really did not want to work out. I did not want to eat healthy. I did not want to, stop having my sugary sweets or whatever. There was a lot of times where I just did not want to work out. But the days that I pushed through and I worked out, I always felt my best, and I always saw results from that. So when you don't feel like doing something, that's when you should definitely do it. That's what builds the muscle of consistency, and that's what builds the muscle of, actively working on yourself. Sometimes you have to override your mind and be like, look, this is what I'm doing. I don't care if you don't want to do this. We got to do this because we've made this commitment to ourselves. And you also build trust with yourself, because I feel like sometimes we don't understand that sometimes we can lose trust with ourselves. Like, sometimes we might make bad decisions, or we might not do things that we need to do in life. And sometimes we will listen to our mind or our hearts and be like, well, I'm going to go and do this anyway. But then you do these things that land you in trouble, or makes you creates these bad decisions or these bad paths in your life. And you're just kind of like, oh, I did that. And then sometimes your body or your mind just doesn't trust you to make the best decisions. You know what I'm saying? So when you tell yourself that I'm going to do this because I made a commitment to myself, one, you're building up self-love, you're building up self-confidence, and you're building up self-respect. So when you say that I'm going to do something when you don't want to do it because you've made this commitment to better yourself, usually that is how you get your strength. So that was one thing that I definitely learned with this whole thing. Another thing that I learned with this would be, don't eat at night. Don't eat at night. If you eat at night, just know you're gaining a few pounds in the morning. Eating at night is the worst thing that you can do for yourself on your weight loss journey. That's the number one tip for me. Like, if you eat at night, even if you are eating something healthy at night, I mean, that's fine, I guess, but I just will not eat at night because I just feel like it stays in your body. You should eat during the day where you're able to still move around. Like, now, if you're eating at night or whatever, and you're active or whatever, then that's fine. But I would not, before you go to bed, an hour or 2 hours before you go to sleep, do not eat at night. Do not eat before you go to bed. Like, thank me later. Don't eat at night. That's how weight stays on you. Another thing that I learned is that you can do anything you put your mind to. If you have it in your mind to do something and you really believe that you can achieve it, you can do it. And not only if you believe, but if you put the work behind it, which kind of goes back to the first thing that I was saying. But you can do anything you put your mind to, but you just have to be dedicated, you have to be focused, and you have to be disciplined and consistent and know and have in your mind, this is the end goal. This is what I want for my life. And continue to work on that and continue to be consistent and know that you might mess up sometimes you might fall off the wagon, but what's important is that you continue on the journey. It's not about how you are on the journey, but it's like, are you still on the journey? Are you still taking steps each and every day to achieve what you want to achieve? Another thing that I also learned was that always be cleansing. If you are always keeping in mind to cleanse your body, you will continue to lose weight, and you'll continue to lose it the healthy way, the right way, the way that it will actually stay off of you. And when I mean always be cleansing, I'm not saying, oh, go on a diet and be staying on a diet and that's it. I mean, have your water, have 3 to 6 fluid ounces, 16 fluid ounces of water a day. Make sure that you're having, green juices. Make sure you're having fruit juices. Make sure that you're not eating at night. Make sure that you're having your salads. Make sure you're having fiber. Make sure you're having fruits. All of these things help your digestive system. Definitely have your fruits in the morning. When I started having fruits and having my salads, I realized by the end of the day, I probably would have used the bathroom maybe once or twice. And I go to bed not feeling bloated. I go to bed not feeling congested. I go work out and I don't feel heavy because I've been able to push myself by cleansing and doing the things that I need to do so my body can be working at its highest level. Another thing lemon shots. Lemon shots are great for weight loss, for getting rid of belly fat and cleaning out your system. Another thing I would say, romanticize your weight loss journey. If you have not worked out in years and you're like, look, I can only handle 1 day a week right now, then that's fine. But also recognize and realize that you don't have to work out at one designated time. If you're always moving, whether that's going for a walk for 5 minutes, or you're just doing some jumping jacks randomly, or hey, I'm going to do a stomach vacuum for a minute or so, or hey, I'm going to just be moving. I might be on my phone or whatever, but I'm going to walk around my room instead. Do those small things. If you're always moving, you're always going to be losing weight, and you're going to be doing it in a healthy way. So make sure that you are definitely moving, and know that losing weight does not have to be this horrible, traumatizing experience. It can really be a beautiful thing, and it should be something that you want to do for the rest of your life. But you're not going to do something for the rest of your life if you hate it. You're just not going to. So for me, what I do, I have loved working out, the 5 days a week. But I know that I actually really enjoy it much better when it's 4 days a week, because I am able to really push myself, and I know, hey, look, I'm off Friday through Sunday, so I'm going to push myself Monday through Thursday to really make sure that I am pushing myself and I am doing everything that I need to do in order to drop this weight or, maintain my weight or wherever the case may be. So do things where you're going to enjoy it. If you don't like working out, if you don't like going to the gym like me because you don't want to be harassed, Go for a walk, work out at home. There are so many amazing YouTube influencers and fitness gurus, Grow with Joe, Jane Kate Fitness, Mr. London Fitness, who create amazing videos at home where you can work out. Do workouts that are awesome. You ain't got to be following the people online talking about how, oh, go do 20 squats at the gym and go lift the weights. You ain't got to do that. Do workouts that work for you, workouts that will make you enjoy working out. Weight loss is not easy. Some days you are going to want to be like, I want to be a couch potato. I want to sit my booty down in this bed and I want to have some jelly beans. I want to have some snacks and that's it. I want to partake in my big back activities. But if you're doing something that you enjoy, if you're having foods that you enjoy, then it's not going to seem so much of a chore. So romanticize your weight loss. I think the final one that I learned was give yourself grace. When you've been working hard, when you're just starting something, you're starting this whole new journey, you're trying to love on you, you're trying to do your best, give yourself grace. You're not going to be perfect. You're not going to wake up one day and be like, oh, I'm working out 7 days a week and I'm eating this and I'm doing that and I don't have sugar and I don't have this. It's not going to happen all in one day. It's just not going to. So give yourself grace. Know that this is just the beginning. Everybody had to start from somewhere. Give yourself grace, give yourself love, and know that you are loving on you and you're doing the best that you can. And one day, eventually, you're going to be right where you need to be. It's not going to be hard to have a salad. It's not going to be hard to work out 5 days a week. It's not going to be a struggle to do this, that, or the third. It's just going to be a part of your routine. So give yourself grace, give yourself love, because you're doing something that is phenomenal and you're putting yourself first. You're working on you and you deserve this, and you also deserve to give yourself grace. So that's what I have really learned. And even as I'm telling you guys to give yourself grace, I'm telling myself that, because honestly, when I finished my 90-day program, I felt so guilty that I had taken time off. I was like, oh my God, what are you doing? You're on the wrong path. Like, I felt so guilty. That's why y'all didn't really see me post, because I was just like, oh my God, I've gained some weight and da da da. At the end of the day, I'm a woman. I'm going to gain weight. I am at the height of my fertility. I'm a woman as well. And I got a lot of stuff going on in my life, and everything's not gonna be rainbows and sunshine. So as I'm telling y'all to give yourself grace, I'm also telling myself to give grace and don't feel guilty. Like this weight loss journey, sometimes people go on vacations and that's fine. But what matters is that, hey, look, my goal is to stay 165. I'm going to stay 165. If it's not like some dramatic thing, like you've had surgery or, you know, you've gotten pregnant or whatever the case may be. If you're like, hey, look, there's nothing going on in my life where I'm gaining weight, even if you have your period or whatever and you gain weight, that's fine. We're all going to gain weight and lose weight. But what matters is that we try to stay in the range that we have designated is perfect for you. For me, my ideal weight is between 155 and 165. That's where I want to stay for the rest of my life, as much as I can, until something changes, like, you know, me getting pregnant or whatever the case may be. But like I've even said, when I do get pregnant, you know, I don't want to be above 190 ever. I don't ever want to see no 200s on no scale ever in life. This life or the next one, you know what I'm saying? So give yourself grace. What matters is that you are on the journey, you took the steps, and you're loving on you, baby. So y'all got this. And that is just what I've learned from my 90-day journey. Stay tuned. I am still doing my 60-day journey, because we got 60 days. Well, no, I think it's like, what, 53 days? And so I go to Ghana for a memorial, which, you know, it's a very sad event, but it's also a very exciting event, because for those who don't know, I am Ghanaian and Sierra Leonean, and I am American as well. And it will be my first time going to Ghana. So I am very excited. I do live in Tanzania currently, but going to another African country is dope. You know, I want to visit all 54 African countries. So now I have visited too. So it is exciting, and I want to be snatched for that whole thing. But yeah, y'all, I will see you guys on the next video. Good luck, and like my mama says, stay healthy.